Hello strangers on the internet. My name is Grace. Welcome to this video. I want to attempt to do Vlogmas. I love Vlogmas. I love to watch them. And I would like to attempt one, but my problem is I'm a student, so I have finals at the beginning of December. But now finals are done. So we're doing Vlogmas student timeline. So welcome to first day. I figured I would start off by doing some sort of like podcast style episode as I have done previously, just to update you on the status of where I'm at with things. You can kind of see them on my little card here. So let me go just jump right into it. So I'll start with finished objects. Two of which I do not have with me and one of which I do. I have my iPad here with some notes on it, so if I like bring this out to reference, that's what I'm referencing. So I'll start with the project that I have with me. Oh, I locked it horizontal. Vertical, please. So my friend, my bestie from back home, she wants to make dishcloths for her mom and her nana, because maybe her nana or like somebody in her family had previously made dishcloths, like knit dishcloths, and like they use them all the time, but like it's been like 20 years or whatever, and they're like starting to deteriorate. So she wants to make new ones. And I have taught her how to knit in the past, but it didn't really stick. Mostly she just like didn't practice it, because she's also a student and she's also busy. But knit dishcloths were the first project I ever knit, and this is one of them. This is not like the first one I ever made, but it is one of the first ones I ever made. And it's just like the classic like farmhouse dishcloth, whatever. I'll like link the video tutorial down below, but highly recommend as a first pattern. It's all knit stitch, so it's like garter, all nicely done there, and then it's got like the yarn over edges. Anyway, so I literally use this every day. It sits by my coffee machine and like holds my honey spoon and my honey and like whatever else that's not going to go back on it. But she really wants to make one in the round, not in the round, but like of a round shape. And I was like, okay, my thought process last night, let me practice this before I like attempt to teach you. I'm going to teach her that one first. But I did want to, practice making one in the round, and I only have black. This is leftover from my Silent Sky top that I made earlier this year. To my last podcast episode to see that. But this turned out really good. This is the Starflower Washcloth by Joanne's Web. And I just used like 4.5 millimeter circular needles. It turned out really good. I'm like super happy with it, and it's 100% cotton, so it'll work just the same. And she wants to make hers like in color, but I really just wanted to test the pattern, so it doesn't matter if it's black. And I think it turned out so good. I'm very happy with this. It's like perfect. Yeah, and it reminded me of a lot of like basic things that I haven't like come across in a while in knitting, like binding off, and counting. So anyway, that's the first finished project. I started and finished this last night, and I was using leftovers from my top, and this is literally, I have like 2 cakes of leftovers, so I just picked up the smaller one. I'm like, okay, whatever. And this is the like smaller version of the pattern in the video. It's the 14 stitch version. I do want to attempt, oops, for now. No, let's get a live on the floor now. I'm saying this is literally all the yarn I have left from that smaller cake. So it was like the perfect amount to finish that. So maybe I'll use the other cake that's slightly bigger to make the bigger version, the 18 stitch version. Or maybe I won't. Who knows? Not me right now. Okay, my next finished object, also in that same yarn, that's the 24/7 cotton. I think this one is the normal version. The project that I'm about to talk about is in the DK version, and it's actually not a new project. It is my spiderweb top. I'll insert picture here-ish. And so it's backless and it's got the spiderweb. It's very cute. I love it. And I accidentally shrunk it in the dryer because it's 100% cotton. So I forgot to take it out of my laundry when I was moving my laundry from the wash to the dryer. So it's in it shrunk. And that was bad. Then it didn't fit. So I blocked for the first time. I like wet blocked for the first time. That was fun. And so basically I like dunked it in warm water with some conditioner and then like rolled it up in the towel to like squeeze out the excess water, draped it over my closet door, and I like stretched out the sleeves because I don't have blocking mats. I don't have pins to like pin stuff. Oops, sorry, hiccups. So my solution was to hang it over the door, and every time I like came in or out for the next like 4 days, I just like stretched the sleeves and it worked, and then it fit again, and I was so happy. So that also gave me the confidence to like block my other things, including my 100% wool sweater that I've been calling my Japan sweater because I made it using yarn that I bought in Japan. And I have an entire video of me making that sweater, my first time ever knitting a sweater. And I love it. I love the colors, but it is just like a little tighter than I want it to be. So I do want to block it, but I've been like very nervous to block it, so I didn't block it over the summer. So this has given me the confidence to block stuff, or at least know that it will probably turn out okay. Anyway, my other finished object, you have never seen before. I'll insert pictures here as I'm talking. But if you have seen K-pop Demon Hunters, if you haven't, go watch it. It's a fantastic movie. But if you have, you know the character of Derpy, the tiger. And he is just the cutest little patootie. And I wanted for Halloween to like crochet something, and I'm like, okay, what reasonably can I crochet like in an entire week, in like a 2-week period? And so I decided I wanted to do a hooded version of Derpy. So I did the Wanderer's Crochet Hooded Scarf by Winding Road Crochet, and then I forget the name of the pattern for the paws and the ears, but I'll like make sure it's all linked below. But I finished it. I did it on time. I just freehanded the eyes and the nose. I remember that. But yeah, it turned out so good. I didn't have like fabric glue or hot glue, and when I stitched the eyes on, they looked really bad. So basically what I did was I took a normal glue stick, like that kind of glue stick, and I glued the eye with the glue stick onto the hood. And then I like hairsprayed it because I have like extra hold hairspray, and it worked. It did not fall off. It stayed on the entire time. I also hairsprayed the ears so that they wouldn't like curl down and they would like stand up straight. Yeah, that was hairspray for the win. Honestly, it worked out great. And then I wore it out that night. So yay, those are my finished objects from the past 2 months. Realistic life as a crafter. Okay, this is the project that I'm hoping to finish later today. Okay, for context, I'm in this class. It's called Data and Society. Well, I guess I'm not in the class anymore. I've already submitted this assignment. But there's this story called The Ones That Walk Away from Omelas. And it's basically you have this like fanciful city. Everything is perfect. But the perfect city is only possible because of the suffering of this child. And if anybody attempts to help this child, the entire perfect city shatters. And some people, they walk away into the unknown. They leave the gate. Nobody knows what's out there. And they walk away from Omelas. Presumably because they can't deal with the suffering, knowing that their happiness is based on the suffering of this child. So I'm doing a tapestry loosely based on that story. I mean, the tapestry itself is based on that story, but I'm bringing in other concepts of like cybernetics and immaterial labor is like the big one that I'm talking about. Anyway, here's the tapestry. Let me hold up the end. So here's the front. Here's the first side. This is like the underworld, the child, all dark and gloomy, da 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 da. And then this is what I have of the overworld bit. And this is, a city in the clouds. I'm actually really happy with this side. Like, I think the city is turning out really nice. I made this way bigger than it needed to be. And there's like the person walking out of the gate. There's the other end. So I definitely made this way bigger than it needed to be. It's 100 across, and then each like section is 115, so it's 230 rows in total. That's too much. Anyway, I basically emailed my professor and I'm like, I'm not gonna have this done by like the turn and date for this project. And he's like, you've definitely done enough for this project already. Like, you're fine. And I was like, Basically he said he wasn't going to take off points for the tapestry itself not being finished. And then I was like, well, I'm going to finish it anyway because it's going to bug me if it just sits here mostly finished and then not. So that's my omelette tapestry. My goal for my winter break is to finish as many of my whips as possible. And that one I'm hoping to finish today because my friend, my bestie from back home, which I'm going to talk about another project with her in a second, is coming tomorrow, like mid-afternoon. So I technically have tomorrow morning, but I think I'm just gonna like put on a show. The Good Place isn't on Netflix anymore. I'm so mad about this. It's on something else that my parents have an account for, but I don't remember what the password is, so I can't watch it right now. I was gonna binge The Good Place. And then what is it? The Why She Murders, some other show that I wanted to watch is on another platform that I think my parents have, but I don't know the password to. What am I gonna watch? Always the question. If you have any good like TV show, movie, anime, anything recommendations, maybe I'll put it in an audiobook. That could be the plan. Anyway, moving on. Okay, let me talk about my other tapestry project. So I've definitely mentioned it before, but this is my Wolf-chan tapestry pieces. For context, Stray Kids, the group. Then they each have their own animal character called Skidoo. And then then the leader is Banchan, and his Skazoo is Wolf-chan. And the term bias basically means like your favorite in a group. So my Skazoo bias is Wolf-chan, and that's why I'm making a Wolf-chan cardigan. It was really inspired by this YouTube short that I saw, and I was like, I want to make that right now. So I literally like made the grid that night, and then like started it the next day. So it turned out so good. Like, look at that. I made that. So this one is also 100 across, and then it's 102 rows tall. You just look at him. I just want to like, I'm so proud of this. Like, genuinely, I'm so proud of myself for this. It turned out fantastic. And then, okay, so this is going to be the back of the cardigan. And I didn't know what I wanted to do for the front. I was debating it for a while. And I eventually decided I wanted to do another like Wolf-chan tapestry on the front, instead of just doing solid blue like her version was. I guess even if you see the front, I'm trying to remember. Anyway, I wanted to do like a Wolf-chan tapestry on the front. And so I was scrolling through Pinterest, and I saw this like Wolf-chan, I think it's a sticker. And it basically had him like peeking his head over a little like label. And I was like, oh my gosh, I'm going to put Wolf-chan in the label. And then I was working on it, like on Stitch Fiddle. And I'm like, there's no way I can fit the entire word Wolf-chan in this label. So instead I have Wolf and Chan. And so these are going to be the two front pieces, and then I'm going to make them so that it says Wolf-chan, because that's his name. And he's like, I think the lettering, like the Wolf-chan himself turned out so cute, and then the lettering I think turned out really good. I'm just like so proud of myself. Like, look at that. I made that. Anyway, basically I finished this in like late September, early October, and I haven't touched it since. I'm debating what to do on the sleeves, and like the more I think about it over the past 2 months, the more I think I'm just gonna do plain white sleeves. Originally, I was debating, I wanted to be like Letterman jacket style. So I want to do white sleeves and then like light blue cuffs. And then I was debating, do I want to do like Stray Kids on the thing? So it'd be like Stray Kids, or do I want to make it say like their like SKZ logo, or do I want to make it say like Skazoo, or do I want to do like another little mini Wolf-chan tapestry? And eventually I'm like, at this point I'm like 90% convincing myself that I'm just gonna do plain white sleeves. That way the like design on the cardigan itself doesn't get like overwhelmed by like there also being stuff on the sleeves. And then doing like a white border around like the main body bit, and then blue border or blue cuffs around the sleeves. I think that's what I'm leaning towards. I still haven't fully made up my mind, so like if you have any suggestions, let me know. I'm just a little bit lost. I kind of want to, but like also that would be a lot of work. Do like each of the skazoo going around the collar, like their little heads, because there's 8 of them. But also they seem like a lot of work, so maybe not. And if I do it, so okay. So my phone died, but I think I just finished talking about my wolf chin sweater. We have a little bit more charge now. Anyway, I was hacking the YouTubes of my new projects. Yeah. Well, this project isn't exactly new. So I think I mentioned, okay, let me just start from the beginning. I am working on a project with my bestie from back home, the same one as the dishcloth. Like the same bestie as the dishcloth. And basically what we've done in the past is we both took the same pattern and then we like put our own yarn to it. This time, and it is the lightly toasted cardigan, which is my favorite cardigan ever. My favorite thing that I've ever made. This time we're taking the same yarn and we're putting it to like our own pattern, like whatever pattern we want. And so we're doing the Karen Blossom cake in the color Blossom, which is like this like purple with like tones of like periwinkle-y bluish. And I'm doing, oh my iPad is now over there. It's like the Eru crochet cardigan. It is so cute. I've seen it like a lot on like Pinterest and like every time I look on Ravelry, and I just been really inspired. And then my bestie, we were talking about this on the phone and we were like this, and I was like, what if I did that pattern? And it's free. If it's free, it's for me. But I really like it so far. This is what I've got. This is likely what I'm going to work on when my friend gets here. I'm hoping to finish, like I said earlier, the my omelette tapestry today, / early tomorrow morning, and then I'm probably going to work on this with my friend, because she's also going to be working on the same yarn. But yeah, that's really all I have to say about this. Oh, I'm using a 5.5 millimeter, which is like a little unusual for me, so I want to say it here so I have reference for when I forget. Anyway, is that all my projects? I forgot what I've already talked about. Oh, it's not. I have this one. This is the last one. So I have attempted and failed to make the step-by-step cardigan the step-by-step sweater by Florence Miller twice. It would have been my first like knit in the round raglan, any sort of in the round sweater. Basically any knit sweater that isn't paneled, because I only have the one. And I am working on one. Ignore like the bajillion stitch markers that are on this. This is the what is it called? The Flax Sweater by Tin Can Knits. I am so happy with it. So it's a pretty basic like raglan sweater construction, but the interesting detail of it is there's this garter ridge on the sleeves. So basically, it basically goes all the way down. The yarn is Knit Picks Capretta in the color black, and it's 80% merino wool, 10% cashmere, and 10% nylon. But it is a fingering weight and it's black, so it's not necessarily like I'm enjoying working on it. I really don't mind black yarn, especially since like all my needles are silver, so like you can still see the stitches. But when I make mistakes, it's not always the easiest to see, but that's good because then you can't see my mistakes. So yeah, I started this mid-October-ish, and I have connected the body. I have about that much of the body, and I figured I didn't want to risk being on Sleeve Island and not finishing the sleeves on this. So I figured I got through, no, that's the one that's attached. I got to like most of the end. I got to like the end of the row on the body, and then I was like, okay, let me just like do the sleeves. And I've cast on the sleeves, my little needles. But basically what had happened was since the body is only in stockinette, I like kind of forgot how to do garter in the round. Like, and I was like, oh yeah, I know how to do garter in the round. And so I just like went on, I did like 15 rows. And then I looked at it and I was like, this doesn't look right. And it turns out I was only purling. So basically I was doing like, knit, 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 purl, knit, 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 purl, knit, 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 purl on like the garter section. And then I looked at it and I was like, that's not right. What you do for garter sticks is you do one row knit, the next row purl, one row knit, the next row purl, knit, purl, knit, purl, knit, purl, back and forth. not all pearls. So it didn't look right. And so I had to put in a lifeline and take it back. And that was like my first time ever doing something like that. So that was scary. But I did it. And basically I just like recast on for this sleeve, like from the beginning. And I have knitted like 2 rows and that's it. So this I will definitely be taking home with me. I'm planning to pack later today, and I'll bring y'all along with what pattern, what yarn, and like what projects I'm planning to take home with me. Hopefully not the Omelus project. So this is like kind of the one this is the one I've like taken to class with me, and stuff like that. Cause like my classes where it's like lecture based or like discussion based, I usually bring some sort of like coloring book or crochet or now a knit project, just to like have something to do with my hands so I can like focus with my brain. And especially after it became sucking it in the round on just like the body, that was perfectly fine. And it was like a great thing for that. So this was what I was taking to class, and then like to work, because I was gonna bring 2 projects with me. So this one has gotten quite a bit of work, and it will definitely slow down. Okay, so I told you, I think I said that I've started and frogged the step-by-step sweater by Florence Miller twice. And basically what had happened was I had gotten to a point and then I had like put it down and I was like, 2 weeks later I came back and I was like, it's not worth it to finish, and I just frogged it because I like hadn't even gotten past the yoke. And I told myself, I was like, Grace, I don't care how many times you put this down or how long you put this down for, you are finishing this sweater. So I'm calling it my theater kid sweater because I'm making it in black because I know, 1, because I'm very involved in the theater, and 2, because black is like a neutral that looks really good on me, especially like near my face. But I was like, no matter how many times you put this down, no matter how long it takes, you are going to finish this sweater. You are going to do it. So I'm like, this is like my one, well, I have a couple that I'm not going to talk about today because they're like sitting in hibernation. But this is my like one designated like in like long-term whip. I do not care how long it takes. I will be finishing it. I do not care if I like get super frustrated and need to put it down for 6 months and then come back to it. I will be finishing this sweater. So I'm calling it my theater kid sweater because it's in black. Yeah. And I'm a theater kid. What can I say? Can you see my Hamilton quote? No, it's up there. Anyway, that's all I have. I think I'm gonna go get lunch and then I will see y'all tomorrow. We'll see how long this a video a day thing lasts. All right, see you someplace else on the internet. Bye bye.